Hello and welcome. What the fuck? We'll just restart that. Blip, 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 blip. Here we go. Hello and welcome to Three's a Crime, a true crime podcast. I'm Tori.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Lindsey.
And that's our intro.
Here we are professional podcasters.
We're podcasters, bitches. Hi, I'm Tori and I need some dick.
You know that's not getting cut, right? That's too perfect to be cut, so I hope you're fucking ready for it.
Yeah, because that was perfect.
Hi, I'm Tori. I need some dick.
This is why it takes 8 goddamn hours.
Tell me about it. I edit them. I have to listen to this all over again. The puppy is back.
She is with us.
She is with us today. She actually went on an in-home trial
Gooey.
for about a week with a wonderful family, but unfortunately, the wife was allergic. Oh my God. Emily has crawled out of her chair and onto the floor.
You just want the mic down there?
No. I can't with her though. Look at his face. Kalahari, come here. So Emily, while we're recording, has crawled out of her chair and onto the floor. But the reason
It's because Kalahari is here. Yeah.
I want all of our listeners to know that the puppy was being good and quiet, was just laying down and sleeping.
So, this is where I'm gonna record today. No. I moved onto the ground for the dog, and this little twat moved
This is going on IG
to
now.
the other side.
Oh, just so everybody knows, we are ordering our lunch today from Logan's Tavern.
Logan's
Which is right smack in the middle of the drinking district of Gonzaga University. Didn't take a picture of our food either.
No, I'm too hungry.
We were all too hungry.
It's okay. I think it's a good reason to not take a picture of it, is to eat it.
Right.
Take a picture after it comes out if you just want to.
Like, yeah. Now, you did not say what I thought you were saying.
I was watching you just kind of like waiting for it to like register in your brain.
Yeah. It took a minute. Now, and see now, I was going to say, we didn't take a picture of anything, but if people are curious, we all really loved the pickle fries. Like, holy shit.
Fuck, yeah.
They're house-made pickles for sure. Like, I
Yeah.
can taste that they're
Yeah.
house-made and they're really salty and delicious.
They are very salty and delicious.
Okay, so we recorded this. Okay, we've recorded.
You need to tell your story.
Oh, okay. So, spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch. I lost all of our audio.
Monday. Was it Monday or Sunday?
I don't know.
Tuesday.
So, okay, so I have a MacBook and we had bought an external hard drive. Our patrons bought us an external hard drive. And thank you. It's just been like so somehow magically after saging my house Which I think is really funny now because I texted Brittany and I said, if this woo-woo shit works right now and I can pull this back, I will believe anything you tell me. I was like, I literally have a text message that says that. After I saged the house and they gave me some Reiki energy, I was able to pull just the Duncan audio, not yours, but just mine. And it's been a little bit of a hot mess, but it's fine.
Right.
It turned out okay.
Right. And so the thing is, we had recorded like a 2.5 hour.
Yeah.
Now that's not what it would have been when we posted it, but we had recorded.
We had like a lot of content to edit
like
through.
2.5 hours of a shoot the shit show.
And I had edited part of one already.
Yeah. Right. And so so we lost that. So I want all of our patrons to know we actually did shout you out.
You just didn't hear it.
You just didn't hear it.
You technically get a second one.
Yay!
You'll just never hear the first. Yay! Woo! So we have a couple new people.
I'm gonna shout out my dad.
Hi,
Thanks,
Dad. Patrick Green.
I love you.
Betsy.
Oh, Bets.
So she asked me to write an essay on her.
Right. And the problem is that we legitimately recorded a very long, a very, very long, basically tribute to you, Betsy. But that episode is gone and there's nothing we can do about it.
So is my dignity. So.
Right. And so I don't feel like we can go through it again because I don't think it's gonna feel as
it's not
genuine.
Gonna feel as genuine.
It's
but
not gonna sound good. But just know that we did it. Know that we did it.
We want to shout out Betsy, who made our incredible totes. Betsy is amazing. She made our totes. So if you're a patron at the $20 level, you get one of the totes. Anyway, okay. Betsy is amazing. She's from the South, so she says y'all a lot.
She's one of the funniest fucking people.
She's really fucking funny.
I've never talked to on the internet. She's not met in real life.
You should meet her in real life. She lives in her house. She has a big window out front.
She lives in her house.
Well, I was gonna say she
lives in her house.
She lives in a house with a window.
Oh my god. Like that's so narrowed down.
Anyway, in her home, she has a window like this with a big cardboard cutout of Will Ferrell from Elf. And it's the most terrifying thing I've ever seen. I'm sure she has a picture of it, but she is amazing and beautiful and extraordinary and the most amazing woman.
There you go, Betsy.
Your Etsy go.
Etsy.
I said Betsy.
Etsy. Remember, she's from the South too, so maybe she says Etsy. Her store is called Totes Awkward, and it's on Instagram and Etsy. Her store.
My neighbor Kim. I love, like, I am the luckiest person in the entire world that I moved. I mean, I have amazing neighbors that always are looking out for me. That's the best part of my house. Oh my god, with health prices.
What the hell?
I sound like Sean Astin in 51st Dates.
Oh my god,
you sound like Mike Tyson.
Faith. And Faith's another one, like, we none of us know her.
Yeah.
So those ones,
which we love you anyway, right? That's a good thing that we don't know you because you're not like our mom or something who's like, you found us on. She said you found us on iHeartRadio. She's like an organic patron, which I love.
Yeah,
you're so organic, Faith.
So
organic.
Faith. We were joking around the other day, and I told Emily she needed to buy something. And she responded, and she was like, great, just give me your debit card. And so it was like 549 4 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. And then what did I say?
Oh my god, wait, was it a fake number? I literally didn't even look at it. Yeah. This whole time.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that actually, you said something else about, I have your number now. I thought you were making a joke on my fake joke. too much.
Bring it
It's
to
too
me,
much.
so make
It is
it
too
good.
much.
So Lindsay went
We
to the Oregon
said
Coast
that.
and went to a woo-woo store.
Bring on the fire.
Tulum. Yep. So we're gonna say it, and then Lindsay's gonna light it, and we're gonna be successful AF.
Success.
Sucks ass is what I thought you said, and I was like, that's not what that says.
Fuck, you still have not lit the candle.
Will you say this? Will you say success?
Success.
Okay. Achievement I want and demand.
Achievement I want and demand.
Listen now to this command.
Listen now to this command.
Success I will surely see.
Success I will surely see.
Bring it to me, so mote it be.
Bring it to me, so mote it be. We said that identical. Bring on the fire!
Speaking of mental
Speaking
health,
of
that's my
mental,
Jerry
what's
Seinfeld.
the deal with airplane food?
Exactly. She
was-
got it.
was-
She got it.
That
Was
was
that supposed to be Jerry Seinfeld?
no, it was just like
No,
a
it's-
comedian in general.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
usually-
Okay, wait, let me get my Jerry Seinfeld on.
I'm not convinced. With this face.
What's the What's the deal with
What?
airplane food? I can't do any.
I think
No.
the only thing you do is get your little
Yeah,
hands
my
on
little-
more.
Oh,
Yay!
So yeah, we were so excited about hitting 5,000, and we get a little badge, and we're still trying to figure out how to get on the website, but it's fine. We get 5,000 downloads, but Emily, Lindsay, what are we gonna do when we hit 10,000 downloads?
I'm getting a motherfucking tattoo, you bitches!
You bitches!
10K tattoo.
What we were gonna do is when we get to 10,000 listens, we're gonna get a 3AC tattoo.
For now,
It's not going to be the logo.
It's
It
not
is
gonna
not.
be the
It's
not our
something
logo.
completely different.
But if you want to see it, help us get to 10,000
Yes, please.
downloads, listens, share us with your friends. Just
We're in
Go
this
up.
for the fucking long haul.
We are.
We're in
guys.
this.
We want to make this like our jobs.
yeah, we do. And just think, guys, the more you share us and then get us patrons, and this is our job, the better quality content. Like this is what we're giving you. From
For
what we do,
free.
from what we do
Yeah.
in the evenings.
When you pay us, just imagine how
Oh, yeah, it did kind of sound like that, didn't it?
I
just
we sound
meant-
this good when we're broke as hell, but when we rich, bitch, we gon' sound so good.
That whole phrase is going on a t-shirt. I don't care if I'm the only one that buys
Did
it.
you see-
Okay, what I meant was right now we're working other jobs, we're
Yeah.
doing all kinds of other stuff. And so if you like what we're doing now, imagine what the content we could bring you if we were doing it full time.
Probably
what I've-
different shows too. Like
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I've actually been thinking about that.
there's
Yeah, when they have
actually
some
an
branch off
idea
shows.
my mom has.
Okay.
About what?
So we were we're gonna talk to you about it.
Oh, I'm
It was
already-
gonna
I'm
be-
getting pushed out of the group, guys.
No, because it was your
I'm not allowed to help make the cups. I'm not allowed how to do any of the stuff. And
You
You
are
know,
not
this is
allowed
how-
to do anything. You're
No.
literally allowed to show up, tell your story.
yeah, that's all I'm allowed to do. And then they make fun of me and yell at me for talking too much anyway. I just don't
That's
even
not-
know. I think they just told me that I was the talent to shut me up.
Oh my
You
god.
named yourself the talent, so we can't even say that we did it to shut you up. You named yourself BTK.
I didn't name myself.
You gave me part of the idea. We were thinking of doing a like Ask Mom podcast with like 3AC with Mom.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
And then have her answer people's questions about the woo woo shit, or
Okay.
she can. And then eventually, I was thinking she could be on her own.
we
with, like-
basically
Like,
have
she'd
like
have her own
we'd have a
channel.
Three's a Crime network is
Yes.
basically
Right.
what we would have.
That's kind of what I want to do.
I love that idea. Well, this is a nice lead into Son of Sam.
Sons
Yes.
of Sam.
Sons of Sam.
Fucking tit
But-
shit.
Fucking tit.
I loved it.
fucking tit shit. Is that what you said?
It was
Fucking
a,
tit shit. Yeah.
it was. Tell me what you thought about it.
I made notes.
I know I did. I thought it was really, really well done. I'm kind of like, why hadn't I heard?
That's
I had
what
that
I
same
kept
thought. I was
thinking.
like, all of this, and I've never. No one
Yeah.
has ever.
And I mean,
Yeah.
even if you leave out all of the, occult
The
stuff,
occult and Satan shit.
yeah, I'm just like
all the facts.
It's still
are
fucked
weird.
up.
It
And
is-
like there's
yeah.
so many things
And
that were ignored.
so, if you haven't watched Sons of Sam, it's on Netflix. You might want to, I don't know, skip ahead about a minute while we talk about it because we've all seen it.
We're
but-
gonna spoil it because I'm excited about it.
So with Son of Sam, so I'll just give you my quick, just very general overview. I definitely think that John Carr was the ringleader. I think he brought in Berkowitz. I think that they definitely should have. I think Sam Carr should have been looked at.
Both.
And as well as both boys. I mean, I definitely think that Berkowitz took part, but as also I think he took the blame because he wanted the notoriety. Like that one scene where
He
they're
just-
walking him in and he's just like grinning.
Well, remember
ear to
when
ear.
they showed up to his door? He said, "Yeah, it's me. I'm the son of
Sam?
Sam."
Yeah. So
Like-
I think he was involved, but I don't think.
Yeah, because when I looked at watching him seeing stuff, I was like, this is not a serial killer. This
He
is
doesn't-
just a dumb.
He looks like a
fucking-
weird a dude who would do
He had
he
no
would try some
friends.
weird shit,
Yeah.
but he was just a little odd. But
And the
I
guy
don't
that
think
would
he was
tell
a-
you stories and you'd be like,
you'd be like,
Is this
"Okay."
real?
yeah,
or-
okay.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay,
He
David.
just seems like a little bit of an over dramatic kind of dude.
Yeah.
Without the balls to carry any of that shit
Yeah,
out on his
no.
own. The other problem though that I have with it is that I think that Maury did get way too obsessed. I do think that
Ugh.
he
Those
I think that
heartbreaking.
his judgment was seriously clouded. Though I did scream holy shit when they arrested that security guard for the
Me
woman in the
too.
chapel.
At the
I
end, I
went,
was
What?
Yeah, because I was like, he was fucking right. Okay, so there's that. But I do think that in the interviews where he actually was interviewing Berkowitz, probably in the 80s, where I think that Berkowitz kind of looks like freaking Richard Dreyfuss
I'm getting
during those.
crazy goosebumps on the back of my butt.
But I felt like they were I felt like Maury was leading him and giving him the
Yes.
answers or making it
he
really
just
clear.
really wanted to see hey, I
Yeah.
am right. This is
Right. He cared more
It was
about
too
being
much.
right than
Yeah.
he did about
It was almost like
journalistic
he was
integrity.
checking off boxes.
Yes,
he's
he's
like,
like, okay.
so a cult? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. German Shepherds? Yeah, okay. Just
Yeah.
yeah.
ugh.
Definitely wanted Berkowitz to
Fit into
tell
the
him what he wanted to
narrative.
hear that would fit his
Yeah.
exactly fit his narrative.
Which is a bummer because he was
so good
he
and he
was
Ugh.
uncovered so
uncovered
much.
so
She's
much. But
amazing,
yeah,
yeah.
it was just a
It's heartbreaking. I loved all the occult imagery and all the Satan shit just 'cause I find it fascinating.
yeah.
Well,
as soon
we're
as they
stoked on
started
it.
talking
And-
about Satan, I was like, Lindsay's gonna
Yeah, I texted you guys. I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, episode 3 is all
about
satanic
satanic
panic."
panic.
So that was the other thing, though. I'm a little iffy on some of Maury's satanic conclusions. Do I think that they were out there doing weird shit in the woods and sacrificing animals and stuff like that? I
Yes.
do, but I don't think that they were really Satanists. I feel like
No.
they were kids pretending to be. You know what I mean?
They were, yeah, exactly. They were not true Satanists. They were just fucking hanging out, trying to be dark.
Yes.
What's the hatred? The fucking Elise Fowler.
Right.
When they gave the description of a cult, I really liked it because I never really thought about it. But a cult is defined by what is hidden, and I thought that was really cool. And then I want to look into the children.
So the children were the ones in New York, and then the process was the one in England. And that was the other thing too, is that I think that trying to bring in the family, Charles Manson and the family, is a little
was
bit of a
too much.
stretch.
Mhm. Mm-hmm. So I loved Son of Sam. Sam Little is disgust.
Sam Little, that show is rough.
He nasty.
One of the things that we talked about last time when we lost our audio was in episode 2 there is a part where a victim who survived is meeting with the district attorney who had been in charge of her case at the time. And they're meeting present day. And I don't want to give too much away because it's a really like what the actual fuck just happened moment. But he basically, victim blames her and she calls him immediately. Right, she pushes that right back on him like, fuck you,
no.
you are not gonna try to put this on me, man.
You failed. I did not.
Yeah. So it's really intense, and it's just another way. And so I did get permission from her to talk about this, but a friend of mine last weekend was assaulted in a public park. She was walking her dog at night. There was another guy that was kind of like walking towards her, and he like came up to her, and so their dogs kind of started to play and like get entangled. And as she was getting entangled with this guy, her intuition was like, oh, he's get that pulling me in. You're like, and so while she's trying to get her dogs untangled, he began touching her in places that not okay. And she walked to a corner where there's a police station and there's normally a cop outside. And of course, that night there's no cop. And, just at the moment where she was starting to feel like a little bit like safer, he was following her. Oh. And finally she got to a place where there were other people around. She felt safer. She went home. And so she calls the cops. So it takes the cops 4 hours to come to her apartment and interview her. And while they're asking her what happened, one of the cops looks to the other cop and rolls his motherfucking eyes. I freaked out when she told me, and I was fucking hot under the collar, and she is giving them way too much credit because she's like, yeah, they weren't sympathetic, but that's not their job. And I'm like, bull fucking shit, that's not their job.
Their job is not to fucking roll their eyes at you and pretend like it wasn't real.
Because the impression that they were giving her, now of course they didn't say this, so this is an impression, but it's the same impression that I got, is that she didn't get assaulted enough. It was like, why are you wasting our time? And I'm telling her, I'm so fucking proud of you for calling the police, because this guy, they don't de-escalate. It starts with inappropriate touching and that guy's gonna end up raping people. Like, how about we catch him now so some women don't need to be raped?
This is when we need Stabler and Benson in real life.
Well, so she actually did, she got referred to a female detective with special
SVU.
Yes, she specifically was sent to an SVU detective who has been very on top of things and very very kind to her and understanding of what's going on. And it was just weird because she was like, even though it's in her jurisdiction, like this cop didn't even know where this had happened, like when I gave her the address. But yeah, and she's, she got on message boards and warned her neighbors, and she had actually gotten feedback from other neighbors that were like, oh, I think I know that guy, he did that to me too.
No.
And she was just like, like, I'm not gonna let this shit define me, but also I'm gonna say something. You don't stop things until you say things. See something, say something. And I'm really proud of her for doing
That's
that, because
amazing.
I feel like, if that had been me and those cops had rolled their eyes, I probably would have told myself that I was being ridiculous and not taken it any further. To give these, beat cops a little bit of grace, I think they've been told the same thing. Like, really? Like, he didn't rape you, so are you maybe making this a bigger deal?
It just blows my mind in where we are right now in society. But then I forget that there's still a lot of fucking assholes
that was
that are not aware.
The second thing that led me, after I had this thought about how pissed off I was that the police had treated her this way, and I'm like, so what if this had been a sex worker? She got an eye roll, but what would a sex worker have gotten? What would a woman of color have gotten? What would a gay man get from the police? You can put a lot of things on the police for failings that they had, and things that they, like, again, with Son of Sam, they didn't follow up on stuff they should have followed up on.
It was all politics, internal bullshit.
Yeah. And I think too that there was initially even just a desire for them to feel safer again too. You know,
Yeah.
like we got our
Well,
guy.
because then that would stop everybody freaking out. But if they continue to investigate, people would get more like.
Right. Yeah.
The part with the Sam Little that fucked me up. I was working out and I was watching one of the episodes, and he was talking about one of his victims, and she was Native American. And they like met at a bar, and she was like, she joked about wanting to die, and he was like, I can do that for you. And she didn't say anything, he said, because
Right.
then they went to go fuck somewhere, and he said she laid back and closed her eyes, and that was my invitation to take her to another realm. Yeah. And then he said her name, and her last name was White Buffalo. White buffalo is very, very sacred for Native Americans, like the buffalo and white buffalo. It's like
They're very rare.
yeah.
Oh.
And they're very sacred. They have a lot of stories and stuff. I told my mom, and she was like, that's really bad karma. That's terrible. And then he also said he thinks God protects him. God made me this way, so he protects me, which is why I've been able to get away with shit. And I'm like, yeah, that just is the things he says. Really,
He's just gross.
it's insane.
He's really gross.
He's awful.
Gross, disgusting human.
Oh yeah, just the only thing that I thought was super interesting is like he really is one of America's most prolific serial killers,
You never hear about
and you
him.
never hear about
It's
him.
weird.
And we kind of talked about this last week, where I'm just like, not to try to make it political, but from a sociological standpoint, which is where I come from, is like, is it because he's a black serial killer? Is it because he's a black serial killer that preyed on sex workers and women of color, women who had drug habits, and Native women? Is it that whereas Ted Bundy killed sorority chicks?
Yep.
Which is always more, you know, and again, kind of ties back into, I that thought will kind of tie back into the story again that I'm going to be telling next as in my next story.
Yeah.
Because again, it was one of the largest police investigations in Bristol's history, and it's a beautiful young white girl.
Yeah.
And would there have been the same response if it had been, you know, a sex worker or a person of color?
Did you want to talk about Josh? Duggar fucker. Asshole. Tit.
I mean, yeah, so at this point I think it's been about 2 weeks. You know, he has disgusting
I'm just
child porn. Like the guy can't fucking get really
like one of the investigators said this is some of the worst.
Oh, that he had it was in the top 5 worst child porn images he'd ever seen.
And some were from the
18 months.
18 months.
Images of children as young as 18 months. So this guy is a real.
And he's home with his kids, with his newborn.
Yeah,
baby.
he got bail.
Just hanging out at home.
Is it because it's Arkansas?
Arkansas. That's how I always say it in my head.
Arkansas.
Yeah. Now you'll see it and you'll never say
It's
it
true.
differently. I've always.
That's where my parents live now.
Arkansas.
It's gonna be
Arkansas.
I've always said it like that in my head. It like baffles me that people. Well, when we were talking about it with Duncan, he didn't have kids, but like he was in prison for raping and molesting someone, and one of his sugar daddies was like, "Hey man, you want to come stay at my house with all my kids?"
Yeah,
But they even released him.
Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't get it.
I'm sorry. I'm so worried about saying this, but it's just my intuition says she knows, the wife. Like,
Ooh.
I think she knows who he is, and
yeah.
I don't know if it's the money, if it's whatever. Like, I don't understand why she's choosing to save him. And this is one of those times where, like, it's not, like, we don't need hindsight to know that guy should not be on fucking bail or around children.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode. We put out new episodes every single Wednesday, and if you're impatient like me, be sure to become a Patreon where you can get your episodes early each week. For as little as $5 a month, you not only significantly support the production of this podcast, but you'll also get ad-free episodes in addition to them being early. For pictures, videos, and links related to this episode, be sure to check out our Instagram at 3sacrime. And for more information, go to 3sacrime.com.